Can you share your process for portraying the physical and emotional deterioration of Leon throughout the film, and how did you approach capturing his vulnerability and despair?
Well, I met with Robert, who wrote the script, and he gave me the script to read, which I read. It's wonderful to work with somebody who also shared with me some of the emotional background that he was thinking of for the character, because the character of Leon doesn't speak very much. He has thoughts, which we'll audio on afterwards. So obviously that plays a huge part in how I play out a scene. I need to know what his thought process is, but it's also great to have the background from the director or the writer's perspective of what he feels is the emotional drive behind it. And then I only draw from my own personal experience of my own physical and mental misery that I've been through in my life, which is not anywhere to the capacity that Leon has felt it. But I would say all people know a certain amount of misery. All people know a certain amount of helplessness and pain. And then the rest I just kind of imagine. I've had people dying in my life and seen physical pain. I've also worked in a hospital for 4 years when I was young, and remember assisting people to get to the end of their life, really. Helping them, feed them, dress them. All of that works together like a soup. That's how I work as an actor. I kind of put all of that in and then I just go for it, and hopefully the director's happy, and if not, he can make some changes. And it sounds bleak, but it's also kind of uplifting, and I enjoy it. That's my profession.
The relationship between Leon and the carer is central to the narrative. How did you work with the actress playing the carer to establish the dynamic between the characters and convey the tension and unease in their interactions?
Again, I make it as simple as possible. The question almost makes it sound a bit complicated. It's actually far more simple than that. Diana, the actor who's portraying the carer, who also is my wife, so I got the backstory from the director. We've worked the script and understood it together because we've read it together. Diana portrays the character the way she feels and is doing it, and does it justice, and I merely just react to that. The character that she's portraying is quite cold, distant, terrifying, masked, and all I do is, with the structure or construct of what we've built around my character, just react to that, really. We have very little communication other than surface. Are you okay today? Don't worry, you'll be out of here today. So there's very little to go on in the regards to dialogue, but it's all played out in the feeling, and really that's easy to do because Diana's a brilliant actor.
The imagery of the black pill, Mould, and the teddy bear holds significant symbolic meaning in the script.
Okay.
How did you interpret the significance of these elements in your portrayal?
Okay, so I don't regard metaphor or symbolism at all while I'm playing a character, unless the character themselves acknowledges it. And Leon doesn't acknowledge symbolism in his disease. I don't think he sees symbolism in the mold pills. They're just pills that are destroying him. The mold is like a cancer killing him. That's for the audience to figure out. That's all in the script. Obviously, it's written by the writer, but the character doesn't acknowledge that. So I, as a performer, don't really need to worry about it. I just need to react to it.
So, what aspects of the scripts resonated with you
Okay.
most?
The aspects that resonated with me the most were the pain and misery of dying. My father died of cancer in his own bed back in 2011. It was a slow deteriorating death. I have had friends who've passed away from HIV and AIDS related illnesses. And I have around me people who struggle with mental health issues that are really challenging. I myself have some experience in all of these things too, my own worries, concerns. And so I put that into, like I said, the mix, the soup, the cake mix of this character, of this performance. That's the duty and care, in my opinion, of an actor, is to, of course, pretend, to imagine, but to draw on the life experience that I have, and also be mindful of the technical aspect of what we need to do in the day to get the shots done, to have my lunch, to keep myself healthy while I'm doing this. That's the beauty of this artwork.
And how did you collaborate with the director and your co-lead to bring the script's psychological and horror elements to life?
How did I collaborate? Robert got in touch with me. We met up a couple of times in a restaurant near my house. We went over the script. He shared with me his ideas, his inspirations, his reasons for writing the script, his desires for the outcome, what he kind of envisioned. We also, Robert and I, shared what were our favorite films, what are our likes and dislikes. So I kind of got to get a feel from Robert who he was as a director. Meeting with him was really important because communication is everything. I'm very transparent about the way I like to be communicated with on set. And so I was able to say to Robert, just feel free to tell me when I'm doing something right or wrong, or change it, or does that work? In regards to working and collaborating with Diana, who plays the character, again, I work with her on set and see what I'm being given and react to that. And then Robert will direct us, and that sort of just is how you kind of jog along doing your work, man. Yeah, the rehearsal days were interesting. Now I'm trying to remember them. Yeah, well, for me, okay, I mean, it is from me, my perspective. Meeting Diana, first of all, is very important. Seeing the space I'm working in, the confines of the room. At first, I was like, "Oh, this is what we're working with." When you read a script, you imagine something, and then when the reality comes down, you see it for reality's sake. You're in that space. This is going to be the bed. This is going to be the room that we're performing in. How do I make this my own particular hell? Yeah, it was good. Very rarely do we, as actors in film and television, get time to rehearse anything. So it was actually really a luxury to be able to go through the scenes and to hear Robert tell us this is what's going on inside of you, if he hadn't already put that in the script. That was like really, really helpful. And also we shot on one of those days our flashback sequences, so Diana and I could feel like we had like a relationship that we were coming from, and developing. That would be a through line through the whole piece, basically. Yeah.
How did you approach capturing the tragic and chilling tone from the beginning leads to the conclusion?
When you're filming, a lot of things aren't linear. We didn't shoot linearly. We shot the end at the beginning, and the middle, and the after the beginning, and then the middle, the beginning at the end, and we jump around a bit. So trying to keep that consistent is tricky, but helpful because the director keeps us on track of where we are in the script, what's going on. I'm not sure how much. I'm a very much, as an actor, work like an in the now moment. So for the beginning, for the middle, for the end, I only work the script as it is happening in the now. So I don't think when I'm performing the ending what I've gone through in the beginning, unless I'm referencing it, I don't really think about it. I'm thinking what the character is going through right that moment. That's the only way I can describe that. It's so hard to describe what your technique is, but that's my technique.
What was your reactions to the film's ending, and how did you approach portraying Leon's final moments?
What was my reaction to the film's ending? Cool. A baby is born out of the carer's stomach, and it's like representative of our baby, and it's like disgusting and beautiful, and I throw up all over it. And I mean, Ross, think, wow, I would. I'm hoping we can do it justice, and it's freaks people out and shocks them and gives them what they want from it. Maybe moves them. I don't know. I'm not sitting on the other side of what I don't worry about what other people are thinking while I'm doing it. I'm just kind of doing it. And that's what's kind of cool about acting. I got to watch my baby being born out of the carer's stomach and threw up all over it. That's an interesting memory I'll carry for the rest of my life. Yeah, I mean, it's horrifying. It's like that everything is piecing together. The voice, the sound, the smell. What was that was so familiar about this person is now in place. I was longing for my wife, but here she is in front of me. But it's this cold, hard, deformed version. So when she reveals herself, when she removes her mask and reveals herself, it's like the missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle coming together, but the piece is horrifying, right? It's like it's utter collapse and disgust.